I think Mac Fisheries was not just a Buxton shop. I think it was a chain of shops. I might be wrong. But I can remember this awful pervading smell of fish, which extended all the way down Spring Gardens.
It was. Mr. Charles, as he was fondly known, the manager there, he educated us how to approach customers. And if you walked up, a lady or came in and said, "Can I have, yes, what can I do, love? How can I help you, love? You got dragged over the cold. Good morning, madam. How may I help you?"
Oh, Miller's Cafe. Everybody met at Miller's Cafe. And it was an everyday thing. You just popped into Miller's and that's where you probably met and did some of the courting and things like that, you see. It was a general meeting place. It was nice, Miller. It was a lovely cafe, and it had you were served at the tables, and it was the day and certainly in the 70s that you had people in black and white that came and served you, and the little caps and everything, which is great.
Miller's Cafe, I remember that being opened. Mr. Pollitt, Bill Pollitt opened it, and during its life it had several different shop fronts which have appeared in some of the books of Langham and Wells about the history of the period. Always very flamboyant.
Right, so Milligan's was quite a posh shop. So, it was all high class.
They were top class. Everything but everything was sold in there. But clothes were a speciality for the ladies of Buxton and what have you. It was what you call a posh shop, in other words.
It's a very, very classy place. Rather on the lines of Are You Being Served? The chap that actually ran the place was Edward Chambers Milligan, a very well respected chap. But he looked rather like Captain Peacock out of Are You Being Served, and served the function that Captain Peacock did.
Now, I did hear it said years ago, but I don't know if there's any truth in it, that there was an unwritten agreement between Marks and Spencer and Woolworths that wherever one situated a store in whatever town, the other one would try and get one near to them as soon as possible.
I think I've heard from other people, if Marks and Spencer's deserts Buxton, it'll be the end of the world, that would that would be terrible.
Well, this is the one known as the Blood Tub, which it lost that name many moons ago. But my dad always used to call it that, and a lot of Buxton people did, because apparently it was a bit of a dive in those days, and there was a fight there most weekends, and this is how it got its name, the Blood Tub.
It's got a lead fire seal on the wall at the outside, which was put on by the fire service, actually welded onto the wall to show that you'd paid your taxes or your rates, and if your house, your pub were to go up in flames, then they would come and put it out.
Well, I remember the smells as much as anything. You used to buy whatever amount of butter you could afford or you wanted, perhaps only £1/4, but they would cut it off for you and wrap it up, and it was very nice the way they packed it. It was like wrapping a parcel, however small. You were treated as a very important person in those days. It wasn't sort of take it or leave it. You felt as if, your little, whatever you bought, however small or large, it was very important to the person that was serving you. But it was so nicely laid out. Everything was, you could see everything as you went in, You see all the bacons and the jars and the tins, and it was just a very nice shop. You felt very comfortable.
He had rheumatism, Jesse Boot, and he used to come to Buxton and for his rheumatism, and he thought, well, Buxton's a growing, expanding town, I ought to have a shop here, and so that's why the Boots, as we see it today, is built.
Boots was a very interesting place. They had a cafe upstairs, they had a library upstairs, and it was big stationery departments and things downstairs, not just the pharmacy related things as they have now. Very nice shop.
You went into the cafe upstairs, it was very nice.
Oh, very happy memories. As long as I got my money to go to the Saturday cinema, it was wonderful. And as soon as the film started, there was this biggest cheer went up, wasn't there? And I can remember, I don't know if you can, that if it was full, and it very often was on a Saturday morning, you could sit on the floor. You could sit in the aisles. And you used to shout and shout and shout when the good guys won, and then the bad guys come in again, and it was just wonderful. Then the interval, and everybody ran for an ice cream. Happy.
Robert Parker was the manager there at the time. We went in there when Bill Haley and the Comets first started kicking up the American rock and roll, and they shot the film there, and it was an absolute riot because everybody got up and were dancing in the aisleways, and you get old Bob with his attendant on the door, and he'd say, "Right, you lot, out."
I used to go there every Saturday morning to the Saturday morning pictures. And there you could see things like cartoons on Laurel and Hardy and Flash Gordon and all that kind of thing.